Shit's different in this bitch. Fuck it. I ride. Got the top leg down. Leaning to the right with the bass up now. I slide. Choking on that lead. 2 miles per hour, so everybody ride. Got the top leg down. Leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide. Choking on that lead. 2 miles per hour, so everybody You see the European grills on the lips glitz. Tank full of Theraflu, cause I be in them shit. Brick slip, roll with me, catch a contact. High definition, popping, flipping out the armrest. See, I'm a rider, dipping in the catalog. Just got it fitted on some shit I need a ladder for. Come up in your hood, stunning when I leave, dude. 2 miles per hour.
What's happening with it? What it do? Yeah, y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, when y'all come in the building, make sure that y'all do me a favor and hit the like button, then jump in the comments, let me know y'all in the building. Oh, yeah, we finna cook today. Y'all know we finna cook today. Yeah. So, let me see who we got in here. We got my man John Kramer off in the building. What's happening with it? Johnny Q in the building. Omega Red. Jay Miller in the building. Anthony Johnson. Randall Bivens. Kevin Wells. Yeah. My man Cali Fire in the building. Yeah, let's get it. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Put some fat on your brain. Mr. Flawless Mentality. My man Mark Stearns, the OG in the building. Yeah. Like I said, we gonna cook today. We finna definitely cook today. We got a lot to talk about. A lot. Man. This week been a crazy week in boxing. Been a crazy week in boxing, ain't it, y'all? This shit been crazy this week. Dominic, what's happening with it? DP Rocker in the building. What it do? Yeah, it's been crazy this week. But let me see. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Good luck on that Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight happening. If they couldn't get the fight done with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, but that's on Bud. That shit on Bud. So people trying to, save face for Bud Crawford, make all the excuses in the world to try to pretend like that it's not on Bud Crawford. That shit is on Bud Crawford. But I don't see that Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight happening. Real talk. That shit ain't gonna happen. Jose Sanchez, what's happening with it? Ruben Gutierrez, what it do? And I see they not sending out my notifications. But make sure that y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do that for me. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for hitting that like button. Like I said, they not sending out my notifications today at all. But let's get to cooking. So this weekend, I'm gonna give y'all the lineup. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna give y'all all of the fights, but I'm gonna give y'all the lineup that we got going on this weekend on Saturday. So it's a lot going on Saturday, y'all. A lot of fights going on Saturday. A lot of bullshit fights that people ain't really interested in. And then we got some cool, solid fights. So we know we got the Jake Paul fight, the Jake Paul Anderson Silva. Also on that card is Uriah Hall and Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, I want to see that fight. If y'all don't know, Le'Veon Bell is a football player, but he got hands. He the one that knocked out Adrian Peterson. You know what I'm saying? He a running back. He knocked out Adrian Peterson. Now he finna fight the former UFC star Uriah Hall. And Uriah Hall was a stand-up artist. He was like a kickboxer and shit. So that's gonna be cool. I want to see what that's looking like. Also on that Jake Paul Anderson Silva card is never mind. Ain't nobody else y'all will even know because I don't really know the rest of the people on that card. So that card, it's only really 2 fights on that card I'm interested in. That's the main event with Jake Paul, Anderson Silva. And I actually got Anderson Silva beating Jake Paul. That's gonna be a good one. If Jake Paul can beat Anderson Silva, then Jake Paul, you gotta call him a real boxer. If he could beat Anderson Silva, you gotta call him a real boxer. And Kyle got robbed last night. Get the Smoke did not beat Kyle last night. I don't know what the hell them judges are doing, but they robbed Kyle in that debate last night. He got clearly robbed. See, people got to stop taking their personal feelings out on how they feel about a certain fighter that's being debated. They got to take their personal feelings out of that shit and, you know what I'm saying, and just debate that shit off of the content that's coming from the 2 contestants. Y'all robbed Doug Rightside. Y'all robbed Kyle last night. That shit was a clear robbery. People got to take their personal feelings about the person that's being debated on and just listen to what the debaters are saying. Because ain't no way that Get the Smoke won that goddamn debate last night. I did give Get the Smoke 1 round. I did give him 1 round. You know what I'm saying? But he lost 2 of them, clearly. So yeah. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all get the likes up. So yeah, I thought that Kyle won that shit clearly. You know, y'all gave Get the Smoke a charity because he had been losing debate after debate. But yeah. Also, like I said, if Jake Paul beats Anderson Silva, you got to call him a real boxer. So P Blackmo says Jake Paul, Anderson Silva is an old UFC boxer. How does that validate? Well, that lets me know, right off the rip, you don't know shit about Anderson Silva because you wouldn't even came with that question if you knew about Anderson Silva, because Anderson Silva, he's been a professional, right? He turned pro in boxing. He turned pro in boxing way back in like 1997, 98, right? He has several professional boxing fights. He also beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So I don't think you would have came in here and asked that shit if you knew about who Anderson Silva was. And Anderson Silva is, you know, some people say he's the greatest striker in the UFC of all time. You feel me? Some people say that he's the greatest striker in UFC of all time. Now, is he old? Yeah. But y'all wouldn't talk about he was old when he beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s ass. So don't try to, you know what I'm saying, don't try to discredit Jake Paul because, you know, you can't discredit him. Who was your favorite fighter fighting in his 6th professional fight? You know what I'm saying? We could do this. Because, you know, they had to debate last night, and I can do this too. Who was your favorite fighter fighting in his 6th professional fight? How many amateur fights did your favorite fighter have? This man didn't even have no amateur fights. So y'all talking about he's a fraud and he need to be fighting top competition. He need to be doing this and that, right? How many amateur fights did your favorite fighter have? I'm just asking. And who was your favorite fighter fighting in his 6th professional fight? You don't know. You don't know because you can't name him. Unless it was Vasyl Lomachenko, you don't know. You feel me? So let's just keep it 100. So let's just stop, you know, just because y'all feel a certain way about Jake Paul. Because, see, this is the thing. He's smart. Jake Paul is smart as hell because he gets a reaction out of y'all. He gets a reaction out of y'all. That's his whole game plan for everybody to hate him. He's doing what Floyd Mayweather did. He do a lot of crazy shit so y'all can hate and talk shit about him. But it's working because his pay-per-view numbers and everything else is selling. So, I mean, it is what it is. But y'all always talk about, y'all always try to dog the man, but you never talk about the things that he's done for boxing and other boxers. You feel me? Bruh, first of all, PB Black Mo, don't come off of here with that dumb ass fucking shit. You feel me? Talking about white lives matter too, huh? This ain't got nothing to fucking do with white lives matter or none of that shit. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Right now, you showing how fucking ignorant you are, right? You show we talking about Jake Paul, we talking about boxing and what he's done with other boxers. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, if I'm Cap, grab this motherfucking link and get your fucking retarded ass up here. You feel me? You talking about I'm Cap, but you the one that got a goddamn profile picture of Anderson Silva. You got Anderson Silva as your profile picture. Now go ahead and grab this link or I'm gonna block your stupid ass. You got Anderson Silva as your profile picture. So there's the link right there. There's the link right there. I bet you ain't, you know what I'm saying? I hope you're a little kid, right? I hope you're a little kid because I'm going to treat you like a bitch if you grab that goddamn link. Go ahead. Come on. The link is right there. We get it started early today. I'm whatever you think you about. Now, what's up? What's up?
Oh, you're not coming through my thing. Hold on.
Hold on, what? You should have had your shit ready when you came up here.
Nigga was on before I fucking clicked on that link. Relax. You gotta relax, homie. Hold up.
No, don't tell me to relax, nigga.
Close the window. Hold on. Nigga, relax. Nigga, I'm driving.
No, don't tell me. Nigga, don't tell me to relax and put your fucking finger down, nigga.
I'm in the tunnel. Relax. I'm driving.
Go ahead. Say what you gotta say. Now, tell me how I'm capping.
Hold the fuck on. It's your emotions.
Don't tell me to hold on my shit, nigga. Tell me how I'm capping.
I said hold on.
Because you're doing a whole bunch of typing.
Anyway, what's good?
What's up? You talking about white lives matter to you too? What the fuck this got to do with a Black Lives or White Lives Matter? What is Jake Paul and Anderson Silva fighting got to do with anything? What you talking about?
How you caping for Jake? You must be on some.
Okay,
Jake
tell me how I'm caping for Jake Paul, nigga.
Say what?
Explain to me how I'm caping for Jake Paul.
How? Okay. First of all, Anderson Silva, who cares if he started out as a boxer? He wasn't a boxer for this last 10, 20 fights, right? He was.
Yeah, he was. Fighter. That's where you're wrong already, nigga. He was.
No, he wasn't.
His last fight was in the boxing ring.
Say what?
His last fights was in the boxing ring. So you're wrong already. You got your ass up here and you're wrong already.
Listen, I'm not talking about no expedition, some shit he did when he was already.
No, it wasn't. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is not an exhibition bout. That's a real fighter. Hold on.
Bro, he's not in his prime.
Hold on. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., right, is a real fighter that's fought for championships in the past that has over 50 professional fights. Anderson Silva beat him.
Okay. How old was he? How old were both of them? How old were both of them?
What you talking about? How old was both of them?
I'm asking you, how old were they?
How old is Chavez Jr.? He in his 30s.
When they fought, how old were they?
When they fought.
Okay, how old was Anderson?
Chavez Jr. is in his 30s.
Okay, how old was Anderson?
Continue. Go ahead and
how
continue.
old was Anderson?
Go ahead and continue.
Say what?
I said go ahead and continue. You just asked me how old was they both. I said Chavez.
You didn't answer my question. How old was Anderson Silva when he fought Julio?
I don't give a fuck how old
he was in his 30s.
He beat him.
I'm sorry, you breaking up. Maybe it's me. I'm breaking up.
Talking about how old was Anderson Silva? He beat him.
Right.
So what does that matter? How old he was when he won the fight?
Okay, listen. Let's stay on point. The point is, Jake beating Anderson Silva does not validate Jake as a boxer at all.
Okay,
what was that black guy he's about to fight? Hasim, I believe, right? He should let that fight go through. Fight somebody that could actually box, like not Anderson Silva. Like,
can you whoop him?
They over here.
Can you whoop Jake Paul? Can you whoop Jake Paul? Yes or no?
Probably not. That nigga juicing.
Okay, then, nigga.
Yeah.
Now answer this question. Now answer this question, right? Answer this question.
Yeah.
I want you to. So you said him, right? Beating it. If he beat Anderson Silva, it don't validate him as a boxer. What validates him as hold on? What validates him as a real professional boxer? Then?
If he goes against anybody that's been training the box for years, that's not super old to watch up, like Hasim Rockman or whatever his name was, that would have gave him a little bit more validation. But you can't beat a fucking UFC fighter, a football player, a fucking YouTuber. Like, that's just entertainment, bro.
Well, let me ask you this, right? Okay. Yeah. You said if he goes against anybody that's been training in professional boxing for years, that's what you just said, right?
Okay, hold on. UFC fighters do that also. They train in multiple arts. So don't.
I'm not going to say that. I'm asking you.
Right.
That's what you said, right? But Anderson Silva turned professional in boxing way back in 1997. He turned
How old is Anderson Silva? How old is Anderson Silva?
No. You cannot skip around and
I know,
say, okay, well, how old is Anderson Silva?
I already neglected Anderson Silva though. He's not you can't validate Jake with Anderson Silva, bro. I already negated that.
Yes, you can. If Anderson Silva beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. that has championship bouts under his belt, right? Was a former champion at one time, and also he got over fucking damn near 60 fights, professional boxing. And Anderson Silva beat him. Anderson Silva has been a professional, right? He turned professional in boxing way back in like 97, 98. He's considered one of the best strikers in the UFC history, right? Yeah, he is old. He is older. I'm gonna get at you, right? He is older.
Right.
But now you telling me that Jake Paul needs to fight somebody that's been training in boxing for years. Well, that could be anybody, because that don't mean just because you've been training in boxing for years that you anything good. I know motherfuckers that's been boxing since they was 8 years old and they some fucking shit. You got niggas that go to Tijuana, go to Mexico, and they build their.
I'm not saying only that. Of course,
no. You got cats that go to Mexico and they build their resume up off of guys that's fucking complete trash, but them dudes been boxing for years. So you saying that Well, he has to fight somebody that's been training in boxing for years. Well, Anderson Silva been training in boxing for over 20-some years. He has real professional boxing fights. So I think that y'all, see, I'm not no big Jake Paul fan, but you can't sit up here and admit that he haven't done a lot for boxing. He's put a whole lot of fighters on, right?
I agree that.
If it wasn't for Jake Paul, nobody would be seeing Montana Love get signed to DAZN and make millions of dollars. Nobody would have seen Amanda Serrano make her first $1 million payday. Nobody would have seen all them other fighters that he put on, right, in Ohio through Michigan. He putting on cats. So people too worried about hating on Jake Paul, but y'all don't want to talk about what he's doing for the fighters around him.
I don't hate him.
Hold on. And you made a statement, right? And you said, you support White Lives Matter too, right? Right.
No, you sound like you was riding that white train real hard, my man.
Hold on. That's the troll
just
shit.
juicing him up. You was like juicing him up like he's God. Like, yo, like
no, hold on.
Well, why
I'm not fucking juicing nobody up like he God. That's the troll shit that you typed in the chat, right? But the last time I checked, all the fighters that he putting on got the same skin color we do, nigga.
No, I appreciate what he done. I'm not.
You the one that typed that troll ass shit in the chat. Like,
okay. I don't consider that troll ass shit. I just didn't like how you
troll shit because I'm talking about what Jake Paul, right? I'm talking about all I was doing. I said, we got to give Jake Paul credit if he go in there and beat Anderson Silva because Anderson Silva has done this, and that. And then you get the troll and talk about, oh, nigga, you support White Lives Matter.
You said this validation
what the fuck do this got to do with White Lives Matter?
You said that validates him as a boxer. That was your exact words. Incorrect. That does not validate him as a boxer. I'm not saying give him credit. Of course, he gives him a little bit more credit, a little more credibility, but it does not validate him as a boxer.
That man has, 5 or 6 fights, right? 5 or 6 fights. Your favorite fighter, who's your favorite fighter?
Oh, I got a couple right now, man.
Name me one of your list. Okay, name me one of your favorite fighters.
Shit, Devin, Steven, Wilder, Tank,
Devin Haney.
Errol, Bud.
Devin Haney is your favorite fighter. You said Devin. Okay, we're gonna go to Devin Haney, right?
A couple. He definitely my favorite.
I fuck with Devin Haney too, right? He one of my favorite fighters too. So we're gonna agree on something, right? But check this out. Check this out. Let's go to Devin Haney. Devin Haney probably had, I don't know how many amateur fights he had. He probably had well over 100 and some amateur fights, right? Also, Devin Haney's first opponent that he ever fought was in 2015, right? His name was Gonzalo Lopez. Hold on. Devin Haney's first opponent was in 2015. His name was Gonzalo Lopez. This is what the motherfucker looked like right here. This is Devin Haney's first opponent that he fought. Okay. So now let's go to Devin Haney's second opponent.
I see what you're doing.
Hold on. This is Devin Haney's second opponent he fought. He's 7-38. We don't know him. I think Jake Paul beat the.
We don't know none of them. Nobody first set opponent. Nobody know except for Lomachenko.
Okay. Well, you just proved my point for me. You proved my point because you on here and you sitting on Jake Paul.
I see your point.
He needs to fight, competition and this and all that. And I said, well, the man only got 5 or 6
I see what you're saying. No, I don't agree.
Your favorite fighter, Devin Haney.
I don't agree.
One of our favorite fighters, Devin Haney, that you named, we don't know none of his motherfucking opponents. When he only had 5 or 6 fights.
Right.
So hold on. Okay, and Jake Paul didn't even have an amateur career. Never had one amateur fight. So why do you need him to do more than your favorite fighter is doing?
I view him as an entertainer. That's all. I don't view him as a boxer. Like, he's doing it for entertainment, fighting for the YouTuber, right? Then he fought some UFC guy. Like, it's entertaining. I don't think he takes it as a boxing serious, like a professional. Does he?
Okay. How he don't take professional boxers? See, that's just your biased opinion because when you talk to fighters, right? Professional fighters that's been around him, they say that he trains like a dog. That that he trains with real professional fighters. He do the same shit they do. He spar with them. He go through the training camps just like they do. He diet and cut weight just like they do. So how are you not giving him no credit for doing all of that and saying that, oh, well, he don't take boxing serious? He obviously take it serious because can you go do what he doing? I'm just saying, can you go through rigorous training camps and cut weight and do all that shit that he doing?
Why couldn't I? He a human just like me.
No, I'm saying, can you do it right now? Can you get out your truck, start tomorrow, and go through a full training camp, fight all these professional fighters, and make it through a full 8-9 week training camp, and then get in the ring and do what he's doing? That's what I'm saying. Y'all knocking him, but he actually see me, right? See, this is the thing, right? I would feel some type of way like y'all do against Jake Paul if he was just getting in there, putting on fucking clown shows and not putting on other fighters. He's helping a lot of fighters out. He giving them the biggest payday that they've ever had in their whole career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's also training like a fucking animal, right? He training, going through real training camps, cutting real weight. He's doing everything that professional fighters do. Now, if he got like 10 fights and he's still doing fucking celebrity fighting, you know what I'm saying, UFC fighters, then I'm gonna get on his helmet. But right now, I don't need him to fight nobody that's in the fucking top 15 in boxing.
Nobody wants him to do that.
Why he didn't have an amateur background? The man don't even have one amateur fight. So can he have some exhibition fights and move his way up to the ladder? He's tried to fight professional fighters, but they pulled out. You can't act like he ain't tried to fight professional fighters.
Wait. Why you think that he didn't fight Rockman? What happened with that?
What's up? What you say? Why
my back got a call.
Rockman, is that what you said?
I've seen Rockman. You think he legitimately wanted to fight that guy?
So me, right? This is what I think. Well, this is what I know. Hasim Rockman wasn't on weight, right? Hasim Rockman tried to actually make weight on the day of the fight, and he still wasn't on weight.
Okay.
Right? So now, have I ever seen anybody pull out of a fight just on the strength of somebody wasn't, you know what I'm saying, gonna make weight? No, I never seen that. But from what I know is they had a clause in the contract to where you had to be on a certain weight, right?
Well,
where they check your weight. Like just like Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall.
Anybody,
right?
That's anybody, yeah.
Like Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall, and I'm using them because this is just recent. Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall, they had to weigh in, right? They had to weigh in right before, like the day of the fight, or a couple days before the fight. It was a couple days before the fight to check their weight to make sure that they was on weight. Now, if they wasn't on weight, either fighter could have pulled out because they wasn't on weight. It's contractually you have to be at a certain weight, right, around a certain time. If you too far overweight, then they're not gonna let you fight, and that's why that fight didn't go through. That wasn't on Jake Paul because Hasim Rockman, he should have been on weight. He signed the contract that he was gonna be at a certain amount of weight, right? And he didn't meet that. And he also didn't make weight didn't make weight the day of the fight. So y'all trying to put that on Jake Paul. Now, do I think that Jake Paul would have beat Hasim Rockman? No, because ain't no way that Hasim Rockman should be letting the Jake Paul beat him. A man that only has 5 fights or something like that and don't have no amateur background.
Yo, I'm out, man. Peace. Have a good one, my brother.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
How you do this?
All right. And I respect him for getting on the panel because a lot of niggas that type and do all that shit, you know what I'm saying, they'll never touch the link. So I do respect the brother for getting on the panel. So salute to him for getting on the panel. But all I'm saying is I'm not rooting in Jake Paul this and Jake Paul that, but I do respect what he's doing. Because a lot of niggas talk shit, but y'all niggas ain't finna go through no rigorous training camp and do all that shit that he's doing and then get in the ring with these fighters. You just not. So let's just keep it 100. And like I said, you go to your favorite fighters box rec. You go to your favorite fighters box rec and look at their first 6 opponents, and they look worse than who Jake Paul was fighting in his first 5 or 6 fights. That's just the fact. That man ain't even had an amateur. He ain't even had one amateur fight. And y'all talking about he needs to be fighting real boxers that got, you know what I'm saying, that's been in the game, that got, you know, that's ranked this shit. For what? My man King Corleone know what it takes. My man King Corleone, you know what I'm saying? He been in the trenches. He be in the ring. He know what it take. So Jake Paul is gonna fight. Like I said, I've always considered once I seen Anderson Silva go in there and beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., that's all I need to see. He beat a real boxer. Chavez Jr. got probably 60-something fights. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull this box for it. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash on the like button. Keto, what's happening with it, Keto? I see you. So Chavez Jr. got 60 fights. He got 60 fights. He 53 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw, right? He lost to Anderson Silva, and then he came back, and he had a fight since he fought Anderson Silva. He beat David Zaraga, somebody named David Zaraga. I don't know who he is, but the man was 34-6, right? So Chavez Jr. had a fight after he lost to Anderson Silva. And Anderson Silva got real pro fights. So, like I said, man, people just focused on hating on Jake Paul because he get under people's skin and shit. That's just what it is. Ken Corleone says the Chavez Jr. win was genuinely impressive. Yeah, man. And like I said, Anderson Silva can fight. That man been training in professional boxing before a lot of you niggas was even born. Before a lot of y'all was born, he been training professional boxing. But you ain't gonna give him no credit for beating if he beat Anderson Silva. Now, mind you, I don't have him beating Anderson Silva. He got to prove to me that he can beat Anderson Silva. I got Anderson Silva winning the fight. But if he do beat Anderson Silva, well, to me, yeah, you got to give him the credit. ATL unanimous boxing sports. What's happening with it? Tubi Leak, what it do? Coach, what's happening with it? What's happening? And yeah, Rockman had to cut too much weight. Rockman took that, you know what I'm saying? He took the fight on short notice because he wanted the bread. He took the fight on short notice because he wanted the bread, but he was too heavy. He couldn't cut weight. So, you know, that man was trying to kill himself to cut weight, but he just couldn't cut weight. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Enough of this Jake Paul shit. Let's move along. You know what I'm saying? We got sidetracked. With that. Let's talk about these other fights real quick. Jojo Diaz versus William Zepeda. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. I got William Zepeda. I got William Zepeda winning that fight for sure. Alexis Rocha versus Jesus Perez. I don't know who Jesus Perez is, but I'm sure my brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV that came in the building. He went and researched Jesus Perez, and he probably could give y'all a rundown on Jesus Perez. But and then those pretty much are the fights, you know, that I'm looking forward to, right? And, you know, Knockout is going to give his prediction on all these fights later on his show. And Knockout, he says, I just can't trust that Silva is really coming to win, bro. He might throw the fight for the bag to make Jake look good. Hope I'm wrong because Silva is far more skilled than Jake Paul. He said, that's what I'm trying to tell him. Silva got real skills. The motherfucker can fight. But I don't agree with you that he's just going to come in there and for a bag, because that means that you are, you know what I'm saying, questioning Silva's integrity as a man, that he's willing to go in there and take a bag and lay down. And I never seen nothing like that from Silva. But see, this is the thing, right? People hate on Jake Paul so heavy. Every time he fights somebody, it's the same thing. With Tyron Woodley, it was the same shit. Oh, Tyron Woodley just gonna go in there and lay down for a bag. You know what I'm saying? When he fought that other UFC fighter, that white dude, everybody was saying, oh, he just gonna go down and lay down for a bag. But these guys are not going in there and laying down for a bag. He putting them down. He putting these motherfuckers in the dirt, because whatever you feel about him, you know what I'm saying? However you feel about him, he do got power. He got power. And if he connect on your ass clean, he's shown that he's putting everybody to sleep. But we cannot continue to, every time this man have a fight, say that his opponent is just coming in to lay down for a bag. I'm not finna question Anderson Silva's integrity as a man that way, because he's never showed me, right? Throughout watching Anderson Silva for years and years, he's never showed me that anything to question his integrity as a man. So you can't just put that on the man and say, oh man, I think he probably might lay down. Ben Askren, he had zero hands at all. Like he wasn't even a good stand-up fighter in the UFC, right? Tyron Woodley. Now, when you talk about Tyron Woodley, he was known. No, Manny, Tyron Woodley was known. He was a wrestler in college, right? But he was known for his striking ability in the UFC. He was known for his striking ability. And Tyron Woodley had been training with boxers for years and for years and years and years. Tyron Woodley had been training in boxing, right? He stopped training in UFC. He'd been training in boxing for years. But Tyron Woodley did the same thing in the Jake Paul fight that he had been doing in the UFC ring. He was scared to let his hands go. But then you seen what happened when he did let his hands go. He got knocked out. It is what it is. I don't expect that man to be. Check this out. We just went down a lot of our favorite fighters' resume, right? We just went down a lot of our favorite fighters' resume. Devin Haney. And then this ain't no knock on Devin Haney, because I could pull up Wilder's resume. I could pull up whoever else's resume, right? Besides Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko, and a few other fighters that came in the game fighting, a certain level of competition. Most people don't, right? Now, Jake Paul could have did the same shit. Jake Paul could have went to Mexico and fought some fucking Rudy Poots, some horrible Rudy Poots that can't whip me or you. At least he was fighting, you know what I'm saying, in his second bout. At least he started fighting UFC fighters. Somebody that had, fighting background. Would y'all rather for him to go to Mexico and fight? Hold on. Real quick. This is what we're going to do. And y'all hit the like button. Smash the like button. And my man, P Black Mo. And like I said, man, much respect to you. Like I said, most dudes, they come in here and they, they'll troll and say shit in the chat, but they'll never get on the panel when you drop the link. So, you got my respect for sure. And I appreciate the super sticker, man. Hold on. And I'm not telling nobody they have to like Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying? But you keep it 100. Just keep it real. Just because you don't like him, you can't say that, oh man, he he ain't, because he's still taking risks, getting in there, you know what I'm saying, doing what he's doing. But like I said, the thing that I like most is that he helping out other fighters. And he putting them on the platforms that they wouldn't be on if it wasn't for him. That's all I'm saying. Man. Hold on real quick. Watch. I do it like this. Hold on. Because I'm going to ask y'all a serious question right now. I'm going to ask y'all a serious question right now. Give me a second. I'm going to do a screen share right here. Yeah. Okay, here we go, right here. Let me see. And I want y'all to keep it 100. Damn ads. Okay, so right here, right? He a professional fighter. This is one of, and like I said, this has nothing to do with Devin Haney. I'm just using Devin Haney because he said that my man that came on the panel, he said that Devin Haney's one of his favorite fighters. I said Devin Haney, one of my favorite fighters too, right? This is one of Devin Haney's early opponents that he fought early in his career. And not only Devin Haney, most fighters do this. Most all fighters do this. Now, would you rather for Jake Paul to fight somebody like him because he's a professional boxer, right? 3-8, 3 wins, 8 losses, lost 4 times by KO and got 3 draws, right? Would you rather Jake Paul fight him or fight, you know what I'm saying, Tyron Woodley? Would you rather Jake Paul be fighting somebody like that or Tyron Woodley? I'm just asking. And I'm going to drop a link. I'm going to drop a link because we're going to, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get into it and get to cooking real soon. So answer the question. Keep it 100. Answer the question. Would you rather Jake Paul be fighting him, somebody like him, or Tyron Woodley? Since y'all so mad about who Jake Paul is fighting in his, you know what I'm saying, 5 fights or whatever. Get these damn ads off of here. God damn. So I'm asking y'all, who would y'all rather Jake Paul fight? Somebody like dude I put up on the screen, which was one of Devin Haney's early opponents in his career, or Tyron Woodley? Let's just keep it 100. And like I said, I just pinned the link in the chat. So if you want to hop on, I pinned the link in the chat. Box Talk, what's happening with it? Now, let me see what y'all answer is. Since y'all have such a big problem with who Tyron Woodley fighting. Seattle Boxing Talk, what's happening with it? J.A. Dixon said it's they drug tested. Well, a lot of our favorite fighters, they ain't getting drug tested neither, so I don't know. A lot of these professional fighters that niggas respect so much, they fail in drug tests. So let's not just act like, oh, well, it's Jake Paul. Sheena crazy as hell talking about somebody told me Jake Paul is Jay Leno's son. Is that true? You crazy as hell. KP for KC5 was had it with it. He say, I fought that dude at Quick Trip one time. Oh, shit. Wise ass says Woodley better all around resume. But ain't nobody else got nothing to say now. Everybody had a whole lot to say, but don't nobody got nothing to say now when we get down to the real.
I just hopped on, Key. What are they talking about? They complaining about Jake Paul's opponent or what?
Well, yeah, they was talking about that Jake Paul, he don't get no credit. He ain't did shit, and like, you know, they're not giving him no credit for fighting Anderson Silva. Well, I just gave Anderson Silva's background, but my whole thing is, right, I pulled up because my man that came on here, he was shitting on Jake Paul, right? And I said, okay, well, who is your favorite fighter? And he said, well, one of the fighters he named, he said Devin Haney was the first fighter that he named. I said, okay, Devin Haney, one of my favorite fighters too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I said, let's pull up Devin Haney resume. I said, first of all, you got to think that Devin Haney has over 100 and some amateur bouts. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many amateur bouts that he got, but I'm pretty sure it's well over 100 amateur bouts, right? So he had a whole 100 and some amateur bouts, been fighting since he was a kid. Then he turned professional, and I pulled up one of the first fights that he had in his professional career. Did you see the screen share I had up?
No, I didn't see. I just got on.
Okay, well, it was a guy, a big ass fat Mexican dude.
Oh, I see him. I just looked back right here. I see him.
Okay, right. That was one of his first 5 fights, right? So I said, look at who he was fighting, right? He had 100 and some amateur fights. This was one of his first 5 fights that he fought in his professional career. And it's not just Devin Haney. Most of all of our favorite fighters, the fighters that we watching now, had opponents that look like that in their first 5-6 fights. But everybody,
it's very rare. Yeah, it's very rare for some. Like maybe it's like Floyd and like Loma. And
Loma, like, yeah, and Shakur Stevenson, he kind of moved up the ranks.
Yeah, there's like a couple, right? But it's very rare.
Right, but you don't have the same energy. Nobody has the same energy for them. When they was coming through the ranks, it's like, okay, yeah, they, you know what I'm saying? They still prospects. They, you know, they should be fighting opponents like that. But with Jake Paul, it's like, okay, well, nah, fuck that. He needs to fight somebody that's this and that. So I'm saying, would you rather Jake Paul fight somebody like Tyron Woodley or fight somebody like that dude in Mexico?
Yeah.
I think Tyron Woodley probably tougher than that dude.
You could take away, bro. You could even take away his MMA background. Just take it away. Just forget he ever did MMA ever, right? Just fucking look at him. Just fucking look at him and tell me which guy, if you were to almost get in a fight with one of these guys in the street, which one of them looks more threatening? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And Mark Blake, Devin Haney's amateur record, that's wrong. So what you did is you went to BoxRec and you pulled up Devin Haney's amateur record.
Yeah, they don't have everything.
BoxRec doesn't even show half of the amateur fights that these fighters be having. So that's wrong. Devin Haney has way more than 30-something amateur fights. That's not right. You can't go to BoxRec to check and see how many amateur fights they have, because that ain't correct.
Yeah, just for argument's sake, here, let me go look at Loma's, because we know how many fights he had, right? He had 390.
400. I think he had like
396 and 1 loss, I think is what it was.
Yeah, okay.
396 wins, 1 loss, but BoxRec says he's 94-2.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But enough about Jake Paul. Like I said, you don't gotta like him, but me personally, I respect what he's doing. Now, if we talking about 4 more fights down the line and he's still fighting UFC cats or you know what I'm saying, now then I'm gonna have a problem with it. But he's moving at the pace that he should be moving. Now, a lot of people say, well, he getting paid millions and millions for it. Hey, I mean, shit. Would you want to?
Yeah.
Name me a professional fighter that wouldn't want to be getting paid millions and millions for it. But he's putting other fighters on. You feel me? That's one thing. And he just came in the door and it was all about him. And he was doing like his brothers do. See, now his brother is a different story because his brother wouldn't put nobody else on. His brother wasn't helping nobody else out, really.
And his brother's not winning.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul came in the door different. Like, okay, I'm going to get my little star status and then I'm going to put everybody else on and I'm going to help boxing. That's what I respect about it. What's happening with it, Knockout?
Oh, man, chilling. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
Man, what's happening with it, man? You ready?
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I already know, bro. Hey, man, listen. I ain't coming to lose. You know that. So.
And I want to let everybody know, man, real quick, off topic, right? The debate between Knockout and BFTV tonight, right?
What time is that at, Knockout?
It's at 8:30. I got Kyle stepped in because I didn't get an email back from you. So I got everything boxing. I got Kyle from the boxing section. I got Doug right side judging the debate. So
I don't know you sent me an email, my bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you, right? Me, when I get up there, I don't know Knockout and I don't know BFTV, right? A lot of people gonna get up there like, oh man, he gonna vote against BFTV because they debated each other, right? Me and BFTV, we good. That's my nigga, right? I don't have no problem with BFTV. My problem was with the whole ass shit that was going on in the chat. BFTV he wasn't a judge, he wasn't in the chat. You feel me? BFTV gonna talk his shit. I'm gonna talk my shit. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing with BFTV. Now, do I think he won the debate? No, I know he didn't. I know he didn't win that debate against me. You know what I'm saying? But that don't have nothing to do with nothing. When I judge this debate tonight, so everybody can know, I'm judging that shit straight down the middle. I don't know who the fuck Knockout Boxing TV 86 is. I don't know who BFTV is, but one of the main reasons I wanted to judge it because I see a lot of shit going on, you know, and I'm not talking about nobody in particular, right? People be scared to vote against certain people that be up when they debating. And I'm not scared to vote against nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to all the facts and everything. You can't swindle some shit around me. I'm listening to all of that shit. And I'm not afraid to vote against Knockout Boxing 86 TV. I'm not afraid to vote against BF TV. So that's just what it is. That's why I wanted to judge it so that shit could be, you know.
No, should you be? No,
but it happens. It happens. You see, I mean, I and I don't need you to speak on it, but you've seen people afraid to judge to go against certain contestants up there. You know what I'm saying? Because certain ties they might have with them or whatever. But yeah.
So wait, so it's you, it's Kyle, and who else is judging?
And Dub right side.
Oh, okay, damn.
Yeah, and I got two of them are huge Devin Haney fans. So I'm just there to win, bro. And Warriors
LLC.
Warriors Boxing LLC. That sound good, bro. Look, dog, like you
let me address this, right? Warriors Boxing LLC.
Make sure when you address it, tell him he can come through. Like you ain't gotta
this is the thing, right? This is the thing, right? And this is nothing against BFTV, right? At all. Like I said, I'm both of these my guys, right? But you coming in here and I fuck with my man Warriors Boxing. You my guy. I fuck with Warriors Boxing. But to come in here and say that we got the shovels ready for BF gonna body some shit. Why would you say that shit? Because I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about BFTV on his platform. On his platform, he can debate and he can run a debate a certain way. We're talking about on the platform that Knockout Boxing 86 TV have, where it's structured, right? It's structured. It's different than coming on my platform and us going against each other, talking over each other, or BFTV's, that's my doorbell, BFTV's platform. You know what I'm saying? It's different than that. This shit is structured. Now, what have you seen BFTV do to tell you that he's going to go on a platform like Knockout Boxing 86 TV's platform, go against Knockout and body him to where you got to give a shovel out and all that shit. See, that's the type of shit that I'm talking about. Because if you got up here, you couldn't tell me what you've seen him do, because he didn't body me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100. So I'm not finna say, like, you got to go into this shit unbiased.
All I know is I appreciate y'all just come through, because that shit sound real good. I hear that a lot, but I do this shit too, bro. like I really do this shit, bro. Everybody don't got respect for me for no reason, bro. Like, I do this shit, so it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it, man. I know he is too, and he doing his thing. He know his shit like the back of his hand, and that's why I think it's a worthy opponent. It's gonna be a great matchup. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. Ain't a motherfucker on YouTube gonna body me in nothing, bro.
Yo, real quick, just
nothing when it comes to this boxing talk shit, bro. Like,
Cammy says, prove me wrong, but BF different.
All right, bro. I hope so, Cammy. Shout out to you.
This is the thing, right? See, that's exactly why I'm judging it, so it can be judged correctly right down the middle, right? Because you got motherfuckers that be wanting to judge and look in the chat and read what the chat say. I'm turning the chat off. I don't give a fuck what the chat talking about, right? And then you got people that's, oh man, he gonna body him. I've seen what Knockout do. I've seen what BFTV do. Neither one of them is like, I don't get the vibe that nobody gonna get bodied. But if you saying that shit, that already let me know you already got your vote, right? If you was able to vote, right? If Knockout said, okay, the chat is gonna be able to vote, you already voting against him no matter what the fuck he said. That's the problem I have with shit like that. You know what I'm saying? People need to just sit back and watch these fucking debates. I don't be in, I watch all the Knockout debates, but I don't be in the chat trying to debate what everybody say. And after each, you know what I'm saying, topic, I'm in there typing back and forth. Bro, just chill. Y'all need to chill.
You fuck around and give somebody a point that they wasn't thinking about.
Yeah, like, you know.
And they can read that shit and act like that, you know what I'm saying? Act like they said it. So
I respect Knockout and BFTB because I know the debate shit, like, they both take that shit serious. Like, that's a serious thing to both of these guys, right?
Oh, yeah, big
you know. So yeah, man. May the best man win. May the best man win.
We're gonna have fun. And
but I know on my end, all that chat, the shit that the chat might be doing, I'm not finna see none of it. Now I might see it when I go back and look at it. I'm not finna see none of it. I'm not worried about the chat because I can't judge a debate and read every comment in the chat at the same time. And I see niggas be doing that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just want to say all that shit clear.
All right, man. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Box Talk. I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Let's just have fun. And you know, I can guarantee y'all this. Ain't nobody gonna be in their feelings after the shit. We're gonna have fun. So chat, don't take the shit too serious, because at the end of the day, guess what we all gonna do? We gonna all be brothers and we gonna move on to tomorrow and talk some more boxing. Ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about that shit. But we gonna care like a motherfucker tonight though. But
hey, real quick though, tell us, what is the debate if you can?
It's Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. And the way I got it set up, the chat get to choose the questions. So neither one of us know what the questions are. Each judge for each round. So for instance, Key is up there. We're gonna have them type their questions in the chat. Key will get to pick the question for that round. And then
that's kind of hard to prepare for, huh?
And Knockout already know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't give Tank Davis a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? I got my preconceived notions about Tank Davis and what he done. You feel me?
Yeah, and straight up with y'all all know who right side rock with, bro. Y'all all know Kyle rock with Devin Haney. But I trust these fellas to come up here and just keep it unbiased, bro. So like, it ain't about that shit, man. Like, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be unbiased, and like I said, y'all need to come in the chat because y'all get to pick the questions. You put your questions in the chat. Keon is gonna choose which question for round 1 or round 2, whichever round we give him, and then he'll choose that question. Then right side, we'll put the chats in the question again. We'll put the questions in the chat again. Then he'll get to choose the question or whatever. And we're gonna do that for all 3 judges. KQ, KC, we're gonna moderate the debate. It's gonna be a good time tonight, man. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna be cutting up and shit. So y'all know, come tune in, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun, bro.
That'll be fun. That'll be
And
fun.
salute to both of y'all, man. I know it's gonna be a good one, and this shit finna be fire, man. Like I said,
All-star panel.
Yeah. This is one of the most fire. No disrespect to you, Box Talk, but this is one of the most fire judging panels. I'm excited, like, bro, like
I'm excited.
Like Key and Money Brown TV, like, bro, they put me on, bro. Like they like this shit, like they was co-signing your boy when I had like 50 subs and shit, bro. Like they was letting me rock out way back when and shit. So to have Key up there to judge and KQKC, the first person to tell me, hey man, I like what you're doing. I want to co-host with you. He didn't even have to do that because he was already popping. So and BF to come debate me when he was another one that had me dropping my link in the chat, letting me hit his link and shit when other people were like, bro, it's just gonna be so much fun, bro. And it's all got to this point to where hopefully we can break fucking YouTube and have the biggest, best debate in YouTube history. And then everybody who's up there, hopefully they grow, subscribers and get a whole bunch of people that go check out their content from it. So
and I'm gonna keep it real with you, Knockout. You've been bodying everybody that you done debated, except when you debated that white dude, man, he came with it. I ain't gonna lie, Knockout.
No, Tony. Tony
came with it, dog.
But here's the thing, though. I was debating on behalf of Conor being the day after he tested positive, and that wasn't even my debate, bro. Somebody pulled out on me. Somebody else was supposed to do him, and then they saw Conor had popped dirty, and they got scared and shit. And so in order to save the show and keep the show,
shit,
I'll just go in and do it, bro.
He was already ready for that shit. I knew because Tony came with it. You know what I'm saying?
With that shit. That's why I told him you gotta come back, bro. That shit was fire. You did a great job.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But, he called me, and I can admit it now because I done barely escaped with the victory and shit. He called me talking about some shit I don't really believe, bro. I'm not as dangerous. I'm not as dangerous when I gotta get up there and debate some shit that I don't believe in. What's gonna make it great tonight is that all the shit that I'm saying, Key notice, I'm really gonna believe that shit. Like I'm gonna really believe that.
I know this man Knockout believe that Gervonta Davis can climb Mount Everest, right? Fucking with nothing, with no shirt on, right? Survive, run back down full speed, jump in the ocean, right? Swim deep down in the ocean, fight Godzilla, come out on top, and then get in the ring and whoop everybody at 135 and at 140. That's how much Knockout believe in Tank Davis.
Yeah, facts, all facts. But BF is the same way with Devin Haney.
It's crazy because on the other end, right, BFTV, that's how much he believed in Devin Haney.
Big facts. Big facts.
They really, like, both of these brothers is compassionate about Tank Davis and Devin Haney.
Yeah, bro. So I appreciate the promo, man, and all that shit, man. Let's talk your shit, man. Let's get on this boxing and shit, man.
Let's get into this boxing shit, right? Let's get into this. This I was gonna go over the Vasyl Lomachenko. He fighting, you know what I'm saying? Jermaine Ortiz. I think pretty much everybody got Vasyl Lomachenko, right? But one thing I wanted to talk about is Vasyl Lomachenko. He was asked a question about who he thought was the best fighter between Gervonta Tank Davis. We could throw Ryan Garcia in there also, and Devin Haney. And Vasyl Lomachenko said he thinks that, Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson, right? And they asked him who did he think was the best fighter between those three fighters. Is it Tank? Is it Shakur Stevenson? Or is it Devin Haney? And he said this, and Vasyl Lomachenko, he says that he'll have to go with Shakur Stevenson. He says that he thinks that Shakur Stevenson is the best fighter between all of them. He says now, from the eye test, what he's seen, he said he's watched Gervonta Tank. He said he's seen Tank have, difficult with certain fighters, difficulties. He said he's seen Devin Haney, and he said he's seen Devin Haney get hurt by what's his name? Jorge Linares, right? He says, but Shakur Stevenson, he said he hasn't seen none of that. And what he's seen from Shakur Stevenson, he said he got to go with Shakur. He said just off of the eye test. He said now we still got to all get in the ring and fight each other. But he said I would go with Shakur. Shakur is better than all of them to me. Now, a lot of people ain't gonna like that shit, dog. A lot of people don't like that. Now this is a man that's had over 400 amateur fights. This is a man that's, fought some of the best competition in boxing. You feel me? And this is a man that he don't really have no bias because Shakur done called him out time and time again. Devin Haney done called him out time and time again. Tank Davis pretty much the only one that ain't called him out. You feel me? He's been calling out Tank Davis for a long time. You know what I'm saying? He just recently started calling out Devin Haney that he want to fight Devin Haney. But he never called out Shakur Stevenson, ever. Never even said that he wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson. But Shakur Stevenson has made it clear on several different occasions that he wants to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. In the past, he said it, and he's still been saying it. So, I agree with Vasyl Lomachenko, and I take his words from somebody that's unbiased, but somebody that's seen every type of fighter that you can see. You fight 400 amateur fights, you didn't see every type of fighter that you can see, right? And he been in the ring with some of the best in his professional career, right? From the Gary Russells, the Nicholas Walters, the Rigondeaux, and we could go on and on, right? The Teofimo Lopez's, right? So to me, like he said, they still all got to get in the ring and fight. But to me, that shit holds some weight. To me, that shit holds some weight. How you feel about what Vasyl Lomachenko said that Devin Haney to him is better than all of them? I mean, not Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson.
I agree with him because I think the same thing too. And I could be. I know you mentioned Loma's a little unbiased, right? In that sense, he doesn't really have a dog in the fight there. I guess I feel like I could be. I like Haney, bro. I do like Haney, so I could be biased to Haney. I'm from the Bay Area. He's from the Bay Area. You know, I could be biased towards Gervonta because obviously, with Rolly being my friend, if my friend's gonna lose to somebody, then I want to be able to say, oh, well, my friend lost to the best guy, right? He lost to the guy who I think is number one. But I can't, bro. I see the same thing as him. I don't see any weaknesses in Shakur. I don't see anybody really figuring him out yet or giving him any trouble. I've seen Gervonta lose rounds. I've seen Devin lose rounds, like, clearly. I haven't seen Shakur clearly lose a round yet.
And you know what? And another thing, I'm gonna let my brother Knockout cook on this, and I know he's gonna have a different take than we do, and that's good. But one thing is when Shakur Stevenson gets hit, it's like that's a whole fucking story the next day all over YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That shows me how good it is. When they see him get hit, it's like motherfuckers is doing lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole story. Shakur Stevenson, he got hit. Man, we see him get hit 5 times with a straight right. He ain't this and he ain't that. That's what lets me know when a guy is on that level, when you making whole stories just because you see him get hit in the ring. Not get hurt, not none of that shit, but get hit. And I'm gonna pass it to Knockout, man.
Look, I mean, I'm like y'all, bro. I respect Lomachenko's opinion. Shit, like he's one of the best boxers in the world. Like, say what you want to say about him, but all them damn Olympic gold medals, 3 division champion, still in it. So I respect his opinion, but obviously I wholeheartedly disagree with it. I just think Tank Davis has more tools than those guys, and I think he showed us more. I think right now, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, the people that Loma was talking about, they've been bigger than everybody that they fought, bro. They ain't fought somebody as long as them. They ain't fought somebody that they ain't just got every single physical advantage over. While Tank has been smaller than everybody he been in the ring with. And he showed me more in different weight classes than those two guys. You know what I mean? So if it's me, give me the guy, because you can you can say, well, Shakur got more boxing skills. So you can say, well, Devin got more boxing skills. Me personally, I disagree. I think Tank got more boxing skills. But what you can all agree on is that when it comes to like boxing skills, your hand speed, your ability to counterpunch, how elusive you can be in the ring, how you move around the ring laterally, you can say that they all pretty goddamn close. Like it's half a dozen, 12, like they all really close. And so when you got boxing skills that are that close, I gotta go to the guy who got almost just as good as boxing. Even the people that got Devin or Shakur, they'll tell you like, hey, Tank, he can box too. Like I think Shakur got more boxing skills, but Tank boxing skills is up there on that level. He got all that shit that they got in terms of boxing skills and ring IQ and all that shit, and he also got them equalizers in his hands with both of them hands, not just one hand, not just a straight left, not just a right hook, but all them hoes. So I gotta lean towards the guy that can box just as good as y'all, but got way more power than y'all, and he done been in there with guys bigger than him. As a matter of fact, the only time we seen him struggle was when the guy was smaller than him, bro. That's the only time he struggled, when Isak Pitbull Cruz was smaller than him. Everybody else, he on his Deontay Wilder shit. He knocked them all out. Or the other dude that he didn't knock out that wasn't named Isak Cruz was the guy that he put down 2 times at the end of the 5th round in a 6-round fight. And if that was an 8-round or 10-round fight, he would have knocked his ass out too. So he done hurt everybody he been in the ring with, bro. On top of having those boxing skills. So I'd have Tank, while I respect Lomachenko's opinion and I respect y'all's opinion. I just got a different point of view. I disagree with it where I think we all agree, and where I agree with Loma, we need to see how they ass get in the ring so we can see who right and who wrong. Like that at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing that I thought he said that just really hit home. Like, they got to get in the ring though, bro. Because we could think it's close, and then one of those guys, one of those 3, they can show us that it's really not that. You know what I'm saying? People thought Floyd Mayweather and Diego Corrales, I know Key remember, at the time, that shit was supposed to be close. That was supposed to be a close-ass fight. That fight was supposed to be like fucking tooth and nail, the power puncher. We don't know if Floyd can handle this, handle that, the length, all that shit. Floyd showed us that 50-50 fight wasn't really 50-50. So Shakur, Devin, and Tank, they can get in the ring and show us that it ain't as close as we think. But they got to fight first. But for right now, going off of what I know, I'd favor Tank over all of them, bro.
Now, let me get your rank them in order from top to bottom.
Oh, Tank, Shakur, and then Devin.
Where's Lomachenko?
Oh, Lomachenko, him and Devin to me are very close, but I'd have Devin over him right now. So I got to see how Loma look against Jermaine Ortiz.
Got Tank, Shakur, Devin Haney, and then Lomachenko.
Yeah, right now. Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll rank them from top to bottom. Box talk. In your opinion.
We're already including Shakur, right? Even though he hasn't technically fought there.
Right.
Yeah. Shakur, I got Gervonta, Devin, Loma, and then Isaac Cruz.
Okay.
That's my 5.
Mac World Media, what's happening with it?
What's the word with y'all fellas, man?
What's happening, man? Let me. What's your take on what Vasyl Lomachenko had to say?
Well, I think personally, Shakur Stevenson, he the most technical fighter out of all of them. If you're looking at pure technical skills, it's like you said, you made a good point, Keon. People, when you have a real good technical fighter, like somebody on the level of a Shakur or Mayweather, then people notice when they get hit one time. They notice when people get through to them one time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that say a lot about a boxer. They would go so far as to say if somebody land more than 10 punches, like, oh, he was exposed. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is Tank is an intelligent counter puncher, intelligent power puncher. He pick his shots well. He don't really waste what I call economy of movement. He not a jittery fighter. He move in, he start, bah, when he hit you, he make you feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's a different style than Shakur. So I think it boils down to what you prefer as a boxing fan. Some people like to see a fighter get picked apart. I'm
I like to see the technical skills. I like to see somebody get picked apart. I mean, it's cool to go in there and floor somebody right away and show the power. You know, that's always going to be a spectacle. But I got to go with Shakur, man, as the top dog as far as skill wise. You know, that's what I think. I think Lomachenko, he know what he's talking about. He know what he's talking about.
What rank them from? Add Lomachenko in there. Rank them from top to bottom.
From top to bottom, I got Shakur, and this might be controversial, but I got Shakur, and then I got Devin, and then I got Tank.
And then Loma.
Yeah, then I put Loma at the bottom, man. To me, Loma, Top Rank do this thing. They known for their matchmaking, and I always used to ask myself, like, man, what the fuck is that? But really it's because they know how to, if it's a fighter they want to put on display, they know how to put him in the right match where he can display his skills real good, whatever it is he does best. I feel like Loma got a lot of the benefit of Top Rank's matchmaking prowess all the way up until he got the TO. Then that's why it seemed like the fight was, they like, oh, Loma not letting his hands go. No, he was doing this thing where he pivot out and swing out, the pendulum pivot or whatever they call it, where he stepped to your side. Nah, but T.O. was catching him. He would swing around and catch him in the body. So, I mean, you know, I put Loma at the end, man. I feel like without that matchmaking, he fooled. He fooled for Devin, he fooled for Tank, and he fooled for Shakur.
That's why I disagree. I can't say that Lomachenko is food for none of them dudes because
bro, he can be
in his matchmaking, because the guys that he fought, look at 126 who he fought. He would fight guys like Gary Russell
in his third fight, bro,
and Nicholas Walters, and I'm talking about like his third and second fights. You know, I can't say that it was matchmaking. Like, he's fought, like he got the better resume than all of them by far, to me.
Yep.
His resume, like,
he made Guillermo Rigondeaux
opportunities.
Like, to me, we put in
He
Lomo
came
at
in
the
getting
bottom.
Opportunities though. Anybody on that list out of those top three?
But he took advantage of those.
He did though, but you have to be good enough to, you have to be good enough to beat those guys, bro. Like, he wasn't a product of good matchmaking. He just he did have nepotism, right? Like, if you look at somebody like Robeisy Ramirez, who was also a two-time Olympic gold medalist, lost his first fight like Vasyl Lomachenko did. Robeisy Ramirez didn't get the same opportunities that Loma get. If that's your point, I got you. But if the point is that it was because of Top Rank's matchmaking, that's where I disagree. Because when you look at names like Nicholas Walters, you look at names like Gary Russell Jr. in your third fight, you look at Guillermo Rigondeaux, Linares when Linares was still closer to his prime, Jose Pedraza, like, bro, these are people that can fight, bro. Like, you gotta be able to go in and beat them. So, I
sent you the link. You gotta start checking your email, coach.
Could I respond to Knockout Boxing real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, salute, bro. Appreciate your input. But I want to say this, as far as those fighters being good, it's not that really most fighters are good, but styles make fights though. I don't really see no fighter that is just a bad fighter. Like, man, dude just ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a few of them out there, but I'm not gonna like pinpoint nobody, right? But for the most part, most fighters is good, but it's the styles that make fights. When I speak on the Top Rank matchmaking, they know who to put in there with Lomachenko. They know the type of guys that they know what he does well. They know what he doesn't do well. They avoided putting him in there with Devin Haney because they know what Devin Haney does well. You know what I mean? I feel like the reason he's in your resume, his resume that you named all those guys, true indeed. Those aren't guys that, you know, can be taken lightly. But if you look at, like, let's just say, for example, Linares, when he finally fought Devin, even though it was after, and I'll add that caveat, right? Even though it was after, look what Devin did. They say Devin got stunned by Linares, but he knocked Loma down, right? Ain't that the one that knocked Loma down in the fight?
We've seen a lot of flash knockdowns.
Yeah, he knocked him down 3 years.
And I'm not even saying it wasn't a flash knockdown. I'm just saying when people, and then even Tank fought
he stopped him though too.
He fought somebody else that Lomachenko fought, and he knocked him out. It's just,
hey Key, I'm gonna come out and come back in, bro. Shoot the link to my email if you don't want to put it in the chat. I'll be right back.
Okay. Now,
I feel like Loma came in getting them opportunities. He was that top ranked darling. He had that promotional machine behind him. And I said something in the chat, Keon, before I got on, because I was driving when I was watching the stream. And I was saying, like, you were speaking on Jake Paul and the Jake Paul situation. And no doubt that he helped fighters. But this is what I was saying, when you have a fighter that he generates so much money to the sport without necessarily fighting hard opponents, it's almost like a conflict of interest to put him in there with somebody too tough, because this is a fighter that's good for business. You feel what I'm saying? So with Lomachenko losing, I've never seen Bob Arum so pissed about a fighter like his fighter winning, which is Teofimo. He, to me, and if I'm tripping, correct me, right? But to me, he was pissed about T.O. beating Loma. He was like, I'm going to put him in there with Devin. He was like, he was damn near ready to punish him by putting him in there with Haney. You know what I mean?
He was pissed, but see, this is the thing. You're not giving Loma no credit because you keep saying, oh, well, the matchmaking. Yeah, he did get opportunities, but all of those opportunities he beat them guys. He still got in the ring and he still beat them. You can't say that Gary Russell Jr. ain't that dude, wasn't that dude. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that Nicholas Walters wasn't destroying everybody. You can't say that
Nicholas Walters was a good win. Nicholas Walters was a good win.
Gary Russell Jr. wasn't?
Gary Russell Jr. Listen, Gary Russell Jr.
I would say that's still his best win, to be honest with you.
That was the first fight I seen from Lomachenko. And one thing I remember during that fight that tripped me out was he was sitting up, he boxing this fool, and then he kind of just walked away from him before the bell rung. And I'm like, man, this nigga, he fully aware. It's like he got a sixth sense in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I was impressed by Lomachenko, right? Now, the Rigondeaux win, I feel like they blew him up for that fight. He had a name. They blew him up for the fight. I put an asterisk next to it. Not to say that wasn't a good win, not taking away nothing from Loma. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lomachenko. But I put an asterisk.
But Rigo was calling for that. The same way Mikey was calling for
that fight.
Rigo was begging for that fight.
He was begging. He was telling everybody that Lomachenko was scared of him. He had been ducking him. He was
talking hella shit.
Lomachenko didn't want to fight him. And Lomachenko was like, all right, bet. You keep on talking shit. And then he beat the shit out of him. And then
big fat.
Hold on.
Right. Because I do remember Lomachenko saying they're going to say he too small when I beat him. And that's exactly what they
exactly.
I guess I'm saying that now. Right?
Didn't nobody want to give him credit. Oh, he was way too small. He was way too small for Loma. So Lomachenko, bro, no matter how people feel about him and the narratives that people run on him, the motherfucker can fight. He can fight, and he has the best resume out of all of these fighters that we're talking about. Now, the reason that I picked, before I let Coach cook, I'm going to give y'all the reason that I picked Shakur Stevenson better than all of them right now. The reason I pick him that he's better than Lomachenko is for the simple fact is that I don't think that Lomachenko is in his prime no more. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko ain't in his prime no more. But the reason I pick him over Gervonta Davis, and if Knockout is listening, this is for Knockout too. I've seen Gervonta Tank Davis go in there against guys like Leo Santa Cruz and lose rounds, trying to figure some shit out. I've seen him and Leo, and let's keep it 100. Leo Santa Cruz threw the same punch 3 times in a row. Didn't get his head off the line and kept his shit right there for Tank Davis's uppercut. You cannot go into the ring against somebody like Tank Davis or none of these top fighters and just throw punches wildly and don't think that they're going to figure that shit out and catch you. You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody like Tank that got power. He only need to hit you one time, right? You're not finna do you get in the ring with Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson or people, fighters like that, they're not finna do that shit that what's his name did? I just said his name.
Who? Leo?
Leo Santa, yeah. They're not finna make that mistake that Leo Santa Cruz did. They're not finna do that. Leo Santa Cruz is a volume puncher that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? He throws a whole bunch of punches, don't have the best defense, and that's how he fights. So I saw Tank Davis lose rounds against him. We could go to Gamboa, old Gamboa. Gamboa that had torn his Achilles in like the second round. Was clearly hurt throughout the whole fight. Couldn't even goddamn near walk to his corner, right? I seen Gamboa give Gervonta Davis hell in a couple of those rounds, right? Hit him a whole lot of times in a couple of those rounds. Guys like, let's say, Isaac Cruz. I seen Isaac Cruz win rounds against Tank Davis. I seen Rolly win rounds against Tank Davis. Now I take all of those opponents, right? Just those 4 or 5 opponents that I named that won rounds clearly against Tank. You put them in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, they don't even come close to winning a round against Shakur Stevenson. None of them guys can win one round against Shakur Stevenson unless he just let him. Unless he just like, I'm gonna take this shit off and I'm gonna let him. Also,
you think that Tank,
really,
you think Tank take hits to get hits though, to give hits?
No, nobody does that, bro. No, I mean, I'm not gonna say that all because see, this is what a lot of people do. Oh, he just lost that. He lost those rounds and he did that and he did this. You know what I'm saying? So we can get hits.
But Tank ain't got no reach though. So he's got to get inside to work though. You know what I'm saying?
He's setting up traps, bro. You're not getting hit on purpose. You're not getting hit on purpose, right? And losing rounds on purpose, setting up traps. You're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tank he figuring some shit out because he know you might be winning these rounds, but the caliber of fighter that I'm in the ring with, they're gonna make a mistake. Look at the caliber, and no disrespect to Rolly because I know that's box talk's guy. But come on, box talk know that Rolly ain't nowhere near on the level of a Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna Shakur ain't finna make those same mistakes. So when people say, "Oh man, he was just taking punches so he can get his," or he was just losing rounds, so he could set traps, bro, ain't nobody doing that shit. He ain't losing these fucking rounds. That's the excuses that people are making. I don't see Devin Haney
rounds. I don't mean losing rounds, but I'm saying like, let's say you the fighter with the shorter reach. You ever seen a fighter or a fight where the smaller fighter?
Nah, but what I can do for you, Prophet, is I can go ahead and put your ass in the background, right? Hold on. Now go ahead and comment, but go ahead.
Okay, this is what I was finna say. Nah, you ever seen a fight where like the shorter fighter, he fighting a taller fighter or whatever, he got to get in there to get them punches. He not gonna work from the outside. I feel like Tank is somebody in the comments said that people don't understand how good Tank defense is when he wanted to be. Facts, I agree with that. But I think it get to a point where, you know what they be like, man, sometimes you got to sell out. It's a lot of times where I think Tank, if he on the outside and he trying to work from the outside or trying to find a way in and it's not happening fast enough, when they get past them filler rounds, he gonna sell out and he gonna get in there. Them first filler rounds, Tank gonna take some hits because he always the smaller
this
fighter.
Is my thing, Mac. This is my thing, Mac. Yeah, you can afford to do that with that level of competition.
Exactly.
You can't sell out against guys. You can't do that against guys like Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson and Vasyl Lomachenko. It ain't gonna work the same.
I'll pepper your ass.
It's not gonna work the same. That's what I'm talking about. So if y'all are saying that, oh well, he's just doing this, and that, you know what I'm saying? He's losing these rounds to set traps. Good luck with doing that shit against competition like Devin Haney, Vasyl Lomachenko, and Shakur Stevenson. Good luck with doing that. And a lot of people don't see Tank Davis ain't really that active. He don't throw a lot of punches. He kind of he fights in spurts.
Right, exactly.
He fights in spurts. Now, is this to say that Tank Davis can't beat none of these guys? I mean, we don't know. They got to get in the ring. I think Tank Davis is a hell of a fighter. But I also know that Shakur Stevenson, he ain't finna lose no rounds to none of them dudes I just named. He ain't losing no rounds to none of them dudes. Like, he sweep them dudes and make it look fucking easy to where y'all are crying, talking about he ain't fought nobody. Y'all crying, y'all be crying, talking about, man, he just fight easy fucking competition. But coach, man, go ahead and cook on that.
Hey man, this is what I got to say. Y'all trying to rank 4 guys. Well, I of course, because Devin is undisputed, I put him number 1. I always said I had Devin Haney over at 135 over everybody at 135. And when Shakur moves up, I see chess match. And I like both of them guys. May the best man win. I'm not picking either one because I think they that fucking good, both of those guys. Now, I rank Tank no fucking well because he ain't gonna fight none of them. So I don't need to put nobody in the rankings that's not gonna fight none of them.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So it's a waste of fucking time talking about Tank Davis at all because he's not gonna fight none of them. He's not fighting the best fighters, and I don't respect that. So, and that's why I knock out jump off the panel every time I come on because he know what I'm gonna say. You understand?
But coach, break down what you see in the ring, though. But I want to hear what you see from what you seen from all these fighters in the ring, right? What they do against their competition.
I see speed. I see Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson fight. It's gonna be a chess match, a thinking man's fight. I think they both have extremely good skills in that they hand speed. Hand speed is a big factor in that fight with Shakur and Devin. Now, as far as Tank Davis is concerned, I think that he's a very, very good fighter with a lot of power, right? He's a very good fighter, but he has disadvantages when you're fighting on that level of competition. There's levels to this shit, right? And that's what people don't understand. There's levels to this. And Vasyl Lomachenko gonna have the same problem with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. There's levels in their reach. Their height is a big problem against those guys because they're gonna be big 135s. They got good hand speed, they got good feet, and they got the reach. And no matter what nobody say, well, Tank gonna have to work it. Yeah, but the only way that Tank Davis can beat them dudes, he gotta stop them because he's not gonna outpoint them. It's not gonna happen. And if anybody on here tell me Tank throws 4 punches, then either one of them fucking guys during a round, they're lying. They're absolutely lying. He has to knock those 2 guys out in order to beat them, or they're gonna outpoint his little ass all day long. Because his volume is not up there enough, number 1. Number 2, you're going to have them jabs and them fucking right hands popping your fucking ass trying to get it, and the points are going to line up. There's not Leo Santa Cruz that just go in there reckless and just throw fucking punches over and over. It's not going to happen like that. Them dudes' feet is tremendous. Their IQs are very high. Tank Davis, he's at a disadvantage because of his length. That is the problem. They just as fast as he are. The only advantage he got over them is power. That's it. Nothing else. He has no other advantage other than power over those guys. I
like his ring IQ. I like Tank ring IQ though.
I said his advantage. He has no advantage over Shakur's ring IQ and Devin Haney. He don't have a higher ring IQ. I say they're on the same level, but his physical attributes is the problem. Because of his height. And them dudes are big and long. And they fast as he is, they got great IQ, they got great feet, they got great boxing skills. So he's an advantage when only way that Tank Davis can beat them dudes, like I said, is if he stop them. Otherwise, they're gonna outpoint him in the fight. All day. Lomachenko is in the same disadvantage as Tank. He's short armed.
Somebody say Tank got a higher ring IQ than Haney do.
Who?
Somebody in the chat say Tank got a
Gundotta said that.
Okay, so that's
Gundotta said that, coach.
Man, that's just a retard. So I don't worry about retards. So now, my whole thing is this: how can you fucking say I'm gonna address Dundada. Usually I just ignore him because he's a troll. So I'm gonna say this. So how can you prove that? They all make adjustments. Tank loses rounds. Devin Haney and Shakur hardly lose rounds, buddy. We've seen Tank lose rounds. So who has the higher boxing IQ? The one who don't get hit or have their eyes swollen, or the one who do get hit and have to figure it out? Then when he finally do, he land a big shot and knock him out. Tell me who got the higher ring IQ. The ones who rarely lose a round compared to Tank. Go ahead. I want to know, because that don't make sense what he's saying. So there's levels to this shit, bro, and that's what people don't understand. When you get a good fighter fighting a great fighter, the great fighter gonna whip his ass. But when you got great versus great, the physical attributes come into play. The ring IQ come into play. But like I said before, there's no need to even discuss it's Tank Davis, because he's not gonna fight none of them. It's a waste of fucking time talking about Tank Davis fighting any of the top fighters. It ain't gonna happen. That's all I got on it, bro.
So I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this. To me, right? I got Shakur Stevenson, even though he ain't fought at 135, but they all fought at 130, except for Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? They've all fought at 130, right? I'm putting Shakur Stevenson right above all of them. I think that I think certain styles make fights. I think the toughest fight for Shakur Stevenson to me will be Devin Haney. And because of the simple fact is the styles, right? The style, and it's going to be a chess match. It'll be different than seeing Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis, or Shakur Stevenson and Vasyl Lomachenko. But I'm picking Shakur Stevenson, right, above all of them. Now, if I got to pick second, it's a toss-up. Because I'm looking at Tank fighting Shakur. I'm looking at Tank fighting Devin Haney. And one thing that Shakur can do that Devin Haney can't do is Shakur can fight on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, he really can't fight on the inside. He gotta wrap you up and hold you. Devin Haney got to have a certain distance, you know what I'm saying, before he can get off. Shakur don't. Shakur can get down and dirty on the inside with Tank. You feel me? So to me, it's real hard because I kind of want to put Tank in that second slot. I want to put Tank in the second slot because if I see a fight between Tank and Vasyl Lomachenko, well, I saw how Vasyl Lomachenko was very timid, right, to let his hands go against Teofimo Lopez. I saw how Teofimo Lopez was going to Vasyl Lomachenko's body, and he was hurting him to the body. And I see Tank Davis can do the same shit. Vasyl Lomachenko don't have that much of a reach over Gervonta Davis. You feel he got a reach advantage, but not that much. He ain't that much bigger than Tank. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you go to Tank and Devin Haney, like I said, I see at some point Tank is going to close the distance on Devin Haney. Devin Haney don't fight inside too well. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney is going to have to use his jab. He's going to have to use his legs. He's going to have to pop shot Tank on the outside throughout the whole fight. And if Tank catch him, that shit going to go bad. So I want, like, barely. It's hard, but barely I got to put Tank in that second slot. Because like I said, certain styles make fights. Yeah. Then in the third slot, I'm going to barely put Devin Haney over Vasyl Lomachenko. And the only reason I'm doing that is because Vasyl Lomachenko ain't in his prime no more. He's not in his prime no more. But that's going to be a tough fight. They're going to fight. And we're going to come back to this, and we're going to know, right? Within the next 6 months, we're going to know, I believe. Let's say 6 to 8 months, we're going to know because they're going to fight each other. And everybody that's thinking that Devin Haney is just going to wash Vasyl Lomachenko and ain't going to be close, I got another thing coming. It's going to be a tough fight. I got Devin Haney beating Vasyl Lomachenko, You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a tough fight. It won't surprise me if Vasyl Lomachenko pull out the victory.
He ain't gonna win that fucking fight.
I'm not saying he gonna win, coach, but I'm saying it won't surprise me if he do.
Man, they gonna
Because
fuck that boy.
certain styles make fights.
Yes,
Certain styles make fights.
Too much speed, too much reach, and he gonna beat that
like
ass.
I said, certain styles make fights.
Devin Haney is a bad matchup for Lomachenko.
Vasyl Lomachenko, nah, it ain't. He know he's not. Like one thing that you gotta have is Vasyl Lomachenko, his athleticism, his footwork, right? His angles. He know how to get inside on you. He's going to close the distance, and that's when the fight is gonna happen. When he get inside and he close the distance.
He ain't gonna close the distance.
Yeah, he will.
Y'all gotta give y'all gotta give Loma his credit. So that way, if Haney wash him, then shit is gonna be good. But acting like Loma ain't shit, like that ain't gonna do nothing for Haney to try.
You can go ahead and take it knockout. But like I said, he's definitely gonna close the distance. That's gonna be a very tough fight for both fighters. It's gonna be close. I got Devin Haney edging it out, but I won't be surprised if he don't beat Lomachenko. Because of the style, right? And the different things that Lomachenko can do. But Devin Haney got the advantage. He got with the jab, the youth. His legs are faster. You know what I'm saying? He do got faster hands, but like I said, Lomachenko got experience. He got better feet. He got better feet. He used angles, and he didn't seen it all. So you're not gonna go in there and watch him. But like I said, knockout. You go ahead and you can cook on this.
I mean, I like your list matched up right with mine. You had the same ring as I had, except you flip-flop Shakur and Tank. And I ain't mad at that. I think all four of these fighters can all beat each other on any given night. So it's like pulling hairs for one. On the ring IQ point, I think Tank Davis has a higher ring IQ than Devin Haney. And I understand the notion that because Devin Haney doesn't lose rounds or Shakur doesn't lose rounds, that they have a higher ring IQ than Tank Davis. I would just say to that, ring IQ and making adjustments and seeing what's going on in the ring. I've seen Tank Davis fight off his back foot, look comfortable doing it. I've seen him fight going forward, looking comfortable doing it. I've seen him fight in the pocket, looking comfortable doing it, and adjusting to a high-volume puncher in Leo Santa Cruz, adjusting to someone bigger than him in Mario Barrios, adjusting to someone smaller than him in fucking Isak Pitbull Cruz, adjusting to someone physically stronger than him in Rolly Romero. I've never seen Devin Haney in the ring with somebody bigger than him. I've never seen Shakur Stevenson in the ring with somebody bigger than him. So how could they have the ring IQ and the ability to make certain adjustments when they've never had to, because they've had the physical advantage over everyone that they've ever been in the ring with, bro? Like, that shit doesn't make sense to me at all, bro. So when we talk about ring IQ, you have to give it to Tank simply off the strength of you've seen him do it. We haven't seen Haney or Shakur do that just yet. They haven't done it just yet. So to say that they have a higher ring IQ
bigger than Shakur Stevenson. So we have seen Shakur beat somebody that's bigger than him.
Who was bigger?
Nakatila, the African.
Nakatila. Yeah, okay, yeah. And I give you that. And his adjustment was staying on his back foot, which was good. He stayed away from Nakatila, but when he fought Nakatila,
one tall ass dude too.
What was more impressive, the adjustments that he made to outpoint Nakatila, or the adjustment that Tank Davis made to go and stop Mario Barrios? Like Shakur makes adjustments. So you're right about that. He was bigger than him. Like 100% facts. I was wrong on that.
But you can say, and I don't mean to cut you off. You can say that Gervonta lost. He lost several rounds in that Mario Barrios fight. He lost a handful of rounds, and then Shakur Stevenson didn't lose a round to Nakatila. So you got to keep both sides.
No, you 100% right. I just think because of their different fighting styles, though, I think Tank is the type, he's willing to lose around because his adjustment is, okay, I'm gonna step to you. I'm gonna step to that fire. I'm stepping through that shit. So that's gonna put you in harm's way because he is going for that stoppage. He is going to go in there and kill your ass. Whereas Shakur is like, okay, I felt that power. Your ass can hit. I blocked that shit. That's on my shoulder a little bit, but I'm just gonna be defensive and outpoint your ass. So while they both made adjustments, it just depends on who adjustment you like. Like some people cater to Shakur's. I ain't got no problem with that, bro. Like that's cool. Like Shakur can fight his ass off. I just like the adjustment of Tank getting inside the length, getting inside the power, because it's going to be somebody eventually. any fighter, bro, you go through history. I prefer the type of adjustments that Tank makes because if you go through history, eventually, even the greatest of the greats, you're gonna have to sit down in that pocket and you're gonna have to fight somebody at some point, bro. At some point, going to your back foot, trying to be cautious, trying to just be defensive. It's gonna be somebody that you can't get away from.
But
so you might as well
this knockout. Knockout. My thing is Shakur can do that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can fight on the inside very well. He can fight at mid-range. So that's why I say that Shakur, he could do that. Now, Devin Haney ain't really showed me that he can fight inside. Huh?
I think he lost a little. Like, I thought he was a really, really like damn near great inside fighter, but I gotta admit, when I watched him fight Robson Casasio, I was surprised, bro. I seen him on his front foot on the inside. He was making him miss, but I thought he could counter better than that off the front foot. Looked like when he ain't leading, when he ain't on his back foot, that counter punching ain't as prevalent, bro. He don't counter punch going forward well, and a lot of his shots were inaccurate in that fight. Now he beat Casasio ass. I don't want nobody to think I'm saying the fight was close. He beat his ass, but his punches were going low a lot. He wasn't placing his shots well on the inside, and he didn't look as accurate. He didn't look as sharp in that fight. So, but the fight now, Caraballo, when he fought Caraballo on the inside, that's how I thought Shakur was going to do Casasio. So if he can get back to that, then yeah, I agree with you. But now, when I thought he was a damn near close to being great inside fighter, now I just kind of think he's good on the inside based off of what I seen him do against Casasio, because you're only as good as your last performance. So, I mean, he'll probably bounce back.
We've seen Tank have problems fighting off of his back foot, though.
In what fight? In which fight you talking about? Which fight you referring to?
We lost Mario Barrios. Even box talk, boy. Rolly Ramirez was giving them problems. We even seen.
You said Rolly Ramirez.
I mean, not Rolly.
He did. Now we know who you're talking about.
Rolly, I don't know why I said that shit. But
box talk like, get my friend name right.
Hey, y'all know what I'm talking about.
No, he was on roll. He was on roll. I was gonna let him keep going.
When he put him on the back foot, right. We also see Gamboa, like I said, man, when he fought Gamboa, although he was beating the shit out of Gamboa most of the fight, in some of those middle rounds, Gamboa was giving him hell and was touching him up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say Isaac Cruz because when he fought Isaac Cruz, Gervonta Tank Davis showed me more than he had in any fight, right? And I'm not talking about them Rudy Poos that he was fighting, like some of them sorry ass fights. I'm talking about he showed me more in that Isaac Cruz fight because a lot of people knock him about that Isaac Cruz fight. That fight is what showed me, like, okay, yeah, this motherfucker, he bad on multiple levels. He ain't just got, like, he can't just come in there and knock you out. He can come in there if he has to, and he can show you his ring IQ. He can show you, you know what I'm saying, his defensive skills and all of that, because what he did in the Isaac Cruz fight, to me, he made Isaac Cruz look like a fucking amateur. I don't know what y'all talking about. Yeah, he wasn't, Isaac Cruz was on point with his defense and Tank couldn't catch him, but Tank, he knew he switched it up and he showed like, okay, if I got to, I'm gonna outbox this guy. And he did that. He, like, to me, he looked good in that Isaac Cruz fight to me.
He was hitting the goddamn ropes more than he was hitting Tank, boy. He was loading up.
Yeah, like, he looked good in that Isaac Cruz fight to me. But that also let me know that Tank, he know if you got some type of crack, he ain't finna just go in there and go bums away with your ass neither. He gonna be cautious.
Yeah.
He did that shit. He did that shit with Rolly. Yeah, he did that shit with Rolly. Rolly started off strong, but Tank was countering. Tank was hitting his ass with counter punches that during that time too, and he almost knocked his ass out with an uppercut that missed by a goddamn millimeter.
But see, you gotta understand, though, right? But you gotta understand, Rolly is somebody that only had 14 fights.
Yeah, he did what he was supposed to do with him.
Never been on that stage, right, in his whole career. Then you throw him in there with 20-some thousand fans on pay-per-view, right? And he just didn't have the experience, right? He thought he could do the same thing against Tank that he do with everybody else. And you can't. You got to be a lot more cautious. You got to set your shit up better than that. You not finna. That's what I'm saying. You can't get in the ring with Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. You're not finna see them make the same mistakes that Rolly did or Leo Santa Cruz did in those guys.
I agree with that.
Hey, let me go back to something that y'all was just talking about for a second. You know, y'all said that y'all was talking about I think it was Knockout said that he haven't seen Devin Haney and what's the name fight no fighters bigger than them. I knew it was the one dude that Devin Haney fought that was tall as hell, and I just found him. His name is
him.
Alfredo Santiago. Dog was tall as hell. He actually did pretty decent though in the fight too, but yeah, he did fight somebody bigger than him though. I just wanted to point that out. So yeah,
ain't that the fight that did he hurt his shoulder? But somebody got hurt in that fight. He hurt his shoulder or something.
I don't remember.
I ain't sure. I just know dog was tall as a bitch though. I'm like,
yeah, I remember that fight. I remember that fight.
Devin dropped him in that fight. Devin dropped him
in that fight. Because after that fight, Devin had to get shoulder surgery after that fight, I believe.
He dropped him in that fight, and he won like he didn't drop a round on any judge's scorecard in that fight.
Yeah, he won that fight clearly, and that dude was big. But Devin Haney, I mean, it's gonna be hard to see anybody at 135 that's bigger than Devin Haney, bro. Yeah. My man, Ultimate Fight Club in the building. He said, yeah, Devin did get shoulder surgery after that fight. Yeah, I remember that fight. But it's gonna be hard to find any. I mean, it's Shakur Stevenson, a motherfucker big, bro. He big for 135.
Dog, he walk around. He look like he walk around at least like 155, 160, bro.
Yeah, Shakur Stevenson,
big ass dude.
135. He ain't even fought at 135 yet. That's the guy. That's crazy. You know, but we seen that even Tank it was hard for him to make 135.
The first time when he fought Gamboa, it was, but this time against Roller, that shit looked like it was effortless, bro.
Yeah.
When he fought Gamboa, it was hard for him to make weight, but when he fought Roller, he was in shape.
That's because he wasn't in fat camp. He been keeping his weight down.
Keeping his weight down more.
Yeah, he been doing better with that shit, bro. They should have called his
ass. What's happening with him?
What up, Steph? Monopoly man.
This is the thing, bro. My whole thing is Steph? Like we go back to what Coach said. We talking about all these fighters, and all these fighters have a chance to fight each other, but we know that one of them ain't gonna fight them. Tank ain't gonna fight none of these guys.
Man, Tank will fight all them guys, man.
So when you see Tank fighting,
how long you been saying that, Knockout? I want to know how long you've been saying that. We've been doing this for almost 2 years. How long have you been saying that and winning yet?
About a year and a half. So about two fights.
Then you had then you got Floyd Mayweather saying, leave my fighter alone. Y'all go fight each other. Let Tank be Tank and leave Tank alone. And let Tank fight who Tank gonna fight. And that's it. There's no need to even put Gervonta in the fucking equation, bro. He's not
the like button, y'all.
You can't help.
I'm not.
You can't help put him in the equation.
He don't fight.
You can't help put him in the equation because your fighter won't keep his name out of his mouth.
Well, when my fighter is asked a question, when he is asked a question,
on BFTB trying to get me to give away some points early. I ain't even argue with you about that.
When he is asked a question, my fighter answers the question the most truthfully as he can. You know I love Dev. I love Shakur.
Man, please, bro. Yeah, he jump out. Devin jump out the porch when ain't nobody even talking about Tank or talking to him, bro.
That is not true.
He can't keep thinking. So he didn't just tweet at Steven Espinoza when Steven Espinoza wasn't even talking to him. He didn't just tweet at Steven Espinoza, I'll take Tank Mickey Mouse belt. Him and his pops didn't say, we'll step in for Rolly Romero on 1 month.
You know why? Because they're willing to fight who the people say is the best.
Because he's a clout chaser.
So he's not supposed to. He's not supposed to call out the fighters that everybody says the best.
Shit, bro. Y'all like all this talking and shit. Y'all like all this talking. The man ain't made no action to fight Tank whatsoever. He just talk good.
Man, your fucking man don't want to fight nobody, not just Devin. Nobody. Your man don't want to fuck with nobody.
He wants to fight all
Nobody.
of
Your
them.
man don't want to fuck with nobody. None of them.
He
don't
wants
want
to fight all
none
of them. If he don't want to fight nobody, then neither does Devin, because Devin talk way more
My
and do
man
the
is
same shit.
undisputed. He is undisputed,
Yeah.
and he about to fight
Yeah.
Lomachenko. Your man ain't
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
fight
he undisputed.
nobody.
And Lomachenko will be
Nobody.
Lomachenko will be a great win for him, the first great win of his career.
Oh, really?
Congratulations.
Oh, nice. It's the first. When Tank gonna have a great career, a great win? Go ahead, tell me that. When is he gonna have a fucking great win?
When he knock your boy out, when he knock
Now,
Devin
he
out,
ain't
that's
gonna fight him. I ain't gotta worry about him knocking nobody out. That nigga gonna keep on doing what he's
He'll fight
doing.
him. You keep saying that. Just when
He
it happens,
ain't gonna fight nobody because that nigga don't want no smoke with nobody. That and Floyd
Please,
Mayweather.
bro.
I ain't gonna say Tank. I'm
Please
not gonna even
stop,
say Tank.
bro.
I'm not
Please
gonna say
stop,
Tank.
bro.
I'm gonna say his promoters don't want him nowhere near
Which is why he is trying to leave them. Which is
he
why
ain't
he is
trying
trying
to
to
do
leave
shit.
them.
He
Yes,
ain't. How
he
you
is.
know?
Bro.
How you know?
Yes, he is.
How
He
you
literally is
nah.
trying to leave
How
them
you
right
know
now,
that?
bro.
How you know that?
Have you not been paying attention?
What them tweets that he
And
tweeted?
you trying to get me to debate you
Them
on
tweets?
Tank and Devin, Coach. After I whoop BFTB ass, I'll debate you on this if you really want smoke on this, and I will cook
Nigga,
you.
you act like
I'm
you
not finna
saying
do
you
this shit right
you act like you
I'm not
saying
finna do
something
this
that
shit right
ain't the real.
I already
like
have a debate. We already have a debate lined up on this same topic tonight.
Well, I'm glad.
But if
I ain't
you
gonna
want
fuck it up for you then, little brother.
it.
I ain't gonna fuck it up for you. I'm gonna leave that shit alone then. I'm gonna leave that shit
Yeah,
alone.
you always want to do this, and I don't mind doing it with you because we do this all the time. But you gonna make me like go in, bro, and I don't want to do that right now because
You ain't gotta do it. We've been doing this shit. You ain't never went in because say, bro, I know the truth hurts, bro. I understand that shit.
It do.
I understand. The truth is like a motherfucker going in with no Vaseline. I understand that, bro. I understand.
The truth do hurt, and it's
Your
gonna hurt.
man
Every
has
time
proven
Devin Haney,
time
you
and
know what
time
Devin
again.
Haney, you know what Devin Haney record is against me. You know what his fans' record is against me in the debate. Ain't nobody won a Devin Haney debate with me.
It don't matter about it. Don't. That's because you wasn't fucking with me. That's why, because you wasn't fucking with me.
Coach, I'm trying to fuck with you. We can do it.
You understand?
After I bury BFTB, we can do it. It's easy.
My whole thing
easy.
is this. My whole thing is this. Knockout. We've been going over this shit for a year and a half. Me and you.
Yes, and you like Devin Haney's words, but you pay no attention to his actual actions, bro. You like his words.
Do you understand? Wait. I don't pay attention to his actions.
No.
Once again.
Not as close as you.
Hold on. Wait. Let me finish. This is what I said from a long time ago. In any sport, if your little Dallas Cowboys right now, they go to the Super Bowl.
What you mean, my little Dallas Cowboy? Hold on. Why you got to
hold on. If the Dallas, wait. I'm asking a question, nigga. Hold on. If the Dallas Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, say, bro,
just take the little out of it, though. Just say Dallas Cowboy, bro. Just take the little out of it.
Fuck it. I ain't gonna say the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna leave them alone because I know you're sensitive about that too. Just like you sensitive about Tank. Okay, let's say this. In the World Series, they're playing for what? To do what?
To win the World Series.
To become what? To become the MLB champions.
The World Series champions.
I thought that in all sports, the object of the game is to win the championship. My man has accomplished more than your man. My man is 23. Your man is fucking 28.
That's cool.
Your man been in the game making money since he was 22. He still is not champion. My man is the fucking undisputed champion of the fucking world. How is he not proving anything? He's went overseas twice, whoop a nigga ass twice. Mm-hmm. The man who beat the man who beat the man. Hold on. The man who beat the man who beat the man.
What's that guy's name?
Your man keep on fighting Rudy.
Who did he beat?
Your man keep fighting Rudy Poot after Rudy Poot after Rudy Poot after Rudy Poot.
Hold on. So George Cambosos, that's it for you. That's your mountaintop.
No, the mountaintop is the mountaintop. Listen, it could have been George Cambosos. It could have been Mickey Mouse. It could have been fucking Goofy.
So who you beat? If Goofy
and listen, if Goofy got the belts, Devin Haney
No,
going to
if
get him.
Goofy got the belts and you beat Goofy, I'm gonna want you to fight more smoke, bro. Like
Devin,
y'all,
he
like all of a
is.
sudden,
You act like he's not.
this is the
You
crazy
about to
thing
fight
about Devin Haney
Lomachenko,
fans, bro.
who was supposed
Devin
to be
Haney
the man.
fans
Who
also
your
happen to
man
be
ducked.
Earl Spence
Who
fans.
your man ducked.
This is
Who
what's
your
crazy
man
about y'all,
ducked.
Coach. Coach,
Oh,
this is
your
what's crazy
man
about
ducked.
y'all.
Your
Coach.
man
You
ducked.
hear me out, Coach. This is what's crazy about y'all, bro. Because a lot of Devin Haney fans are also Earl Spence fans. So Devin Haney fans, when they talk to you, they talk about his accomplishments, and accomplishments mean everything. But then when they get to talking about Earl Spence, they don't care about Terrence Bud Crawford's accomplishments. They'll ask you who he fight. But when I say who did Devin fight, we don't want to talk about that.
How we
Bro,
gonna talk about it? My man just
if
became
your name is
undisputed.
not
Wait. Hold on. When my man was the WBC champion, my man was the WBC champion. He called out Tank Davis. He called out Lomachenko. He called
Yo,
all
he
these.
talked good, bro.
He had
talked
his
real
own.
good. Bro.
He had the WBC belt. You act like this just started, homie. This ain't
Bro, he
just started.
talked good. He talked
Okay.
good.
Okay,
Shout out to him. He talked good.
So when Lomachenko called him out and your man said, he not, and Bob Arum said, he's not, Floyd Mayweather said, he's not ready for that. So that's a lie too, right? That's a lie too. Your man
so
don't
now
want to smoke with none of the top
now
fighters.
we quoting Bob Arum. Now
We not gonna just talk about.
We not gonna just talk about
who did Floyd threaten? Who did Floyd threaten Tank with? And what Tank response was?
He said they're trying to set me up. Why do y'all keep saying
yeah.
that shit as if
That
it means
you trying to put me in there with a better fighter who I'm scared of, so I'm not fighting.
Listen.
Yeah,
you know I got a debate with BF on this topic. You still keep going.
That.
You trying to set me up right now. That don't mean I'm scared. Look, Coach trying to set me up, but I'm still gonna beat BFTB ass. Just because I say you trying to set me up, that don't mean I'm ducking or I'm scared or I'm.
This is what I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna get in the middle of this. Because see, this is the thing. Knockout, he got a debate tonight.
I'm sorry, Knockout. I really do, bro.
Hold on, Coach. I don't want him to shoot none of his load off.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you alone, Knockout. My bad, dog. I really don't want, dog. You know you my dog.
Y'all gotta get the smoke with each other. Y'all gonna have to get the smoke with each other on this topic. We, different questions from what's gonna be asked in the debate today. But y'all
you my dog, Knockout. So, bro, I and I want you to do your best, and I want you to handle your business, my brother. And I got nothing but love for you, bro. And
y'all gotta,
I already know.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this to my cousin Keto, right? Me and him gotta get it. See, Keto think he know boxing. He always with this tank. He just like knockout. Tank this and tank that and tank this and tank that and tank this. If you willing to get on knockout panel, we can go ahead and debate that shit. We can debate.
I'll make sure you get some good judges, bro. I got you.
I'll take Shakur Stevenson, Keto.
Hey, I gotta
you
go.
can take Tank Davis if you want it.
Hey, Keon, I gotta go. Knockout. Okay. I'm gonna be in your city tomorrow, bro. I'm gonna hit you up, bro.
All right, okay. Leon, I don't need no nap. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
No, I said I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. I'm gonna be in your city.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Hit me up. I was talking about Leon. Leon said,
okay, hit me, Coach.
I'm gonna holler at y'all, bro.
Okay, all right, Coach.
Later.
Yeah. So
little light work, man. Little easy work. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna
Keto, hey, Keto say he ready, man. I'm a you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let y'all know, man. If any of y'all watch The Brat, her reality TV show, Keto, my cousin Keto, he one of the main stars that's gonna be on this season.
Oh,
so
nice.
He gonna be, he one of the main stars that's gonna be on this season. Yesterday, he just did the morning show with Ricky Smiley. So he doing big things. You know what I'm saying? He doing big things. He also, you know what I'm saying, he big in the music industry. He write a lot of y'all favorite artists. He write a lot of their music too. So shout out to my cousin. But if you go on Knockout Boxing 86 TV and debate me on this Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis, I
haven't had that debate yet either. I want that one. I need that. I need y'all to get that in. Y'all gotta holler at me.
I'm gonna smash you, Keto.
Y'all gotta holler at me on that. Keto, look, man. Tank Davis is undefeated on the debate series, bro. Huh? Tank Davis is undefeated on the debate series, Keto. You can't come over there losing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to handle Key. I know it's a tall task, because I already know how Key be coming and shit, man, but you're going to have to handle him, bro. You got to put them paws on his ass, man.
And I told Keto, right? He needs to shout all our boxing channels out on TV. You know what I'm saying? He needs to go off script. He needs to go off script and shout all these boxing channels out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, put my shit in some of them songs you be writing and shit, man. Like throw my name in the song. I want to hear my shit in the lyric or something.
I'm gonna let y'all hear some of his shit. We gonna play some of his music real quick. I mean, they cold with it. You know what I'm saying? The nigga cold with it. Hold on. We gonna let you hold on. Let y'all hear some of it real quick. You know, hold on. While we talking about it, let me see. And this old shit.
On a mixtape, not you right here, look this way.
Hold on.
Still starting from the songs on a mixtape, not you right here, look this way. Focus so the picture clear, Betty. Hoping that I disappear, but I won't, cause I came to the bank and the pot is clear. Thank God there's Shakur here. What you think? Don't care. Know that I'm there. Yeah, ranked at the top of the my nigga. Do you really wanna see me close? Fake ass rappers like CB4. No, you don't really wanna see Keto. Just a little nigga wanna see East Coast. Right there, cause I kick ass. Come there fast, be there in a little bit. Nuts got big. Transform quick. Now I'm gonna spit some back to a little bitch. Fuck with me, you got your lead. This rare breed, best to the best, east to the west, south to the rest. You can invest just straight to the legs. I'm that show here, there's no thunder. I don't give a damn what you did last summer. Stars run up, get done up to sun up. Spinning little niggas like DJ Jones. I'm by the candles lit. No, you can't handle it. True. You know I'm not a best friend. I feel like I'm the best man. Yes, I'm talking to you.
Hey, where are you from, Keon?
You can't fuck with me.
Marcus.
Gotta do what I gotta do. Verbal bullets, I pop a few. You offended, I'm talking to. They don't really wanna see shot. Going black when I rap, I'm a tap in the beatbox. Other fellas like a weak block. Shoot a bullet and it fall to the ground when you heat drop. Ain't no competition we got. Better dog when I ride, rush loud like a T5. Give me hard in the treetop. I'm making love to the beat like a track, got a G5. And I'm chewing every MC, yo.
Yeah, you getting off.
But you wanna face me, bro? Know that I'm nice and I can't beat you. Any nigga feeling better than me, got any beat and turn on my bell. Show a nigga that I'm dope like speed or coke. You get your overdose on my style. One of the best, so I make dough. Killing the niggas who really can't flow. Moving the crowd when I say so. Try to be me, but you can't. I feel that I'm on top. Put them on the shelf, bitch, I won't flop. Game on lock. Pressure gonna really what the industry needs, so I ain't gon' stop.
Yeah, all that shit cold. And that's old shit.
Keto gonna hit you with that copyright. Watch.
That's hey, and that's old shit. That ain't even new. That ain't even the new shit. That ain't even new shit. That's old shit. But nah.
Hey.
He been in Atlanta for like 15 years now though. But you know,
That's what's up. If you look on my channel, bro, for the intro to my boxing videos, I flipped the Mike Tyson punch out beat.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that shit out. I'm gonna have to check that shit out.
I flipped the shit out the punch out beat.
I'm gonna give y'all a snippet of some new shit that we just did. Some new shit. Hold on. And me and him just did. Hold on. Let me see. Porn. Here it is. Hold on.
Yeah. Keon, pass that shit, man. I don't even know where I'm going with it. Shit, we're gonna go somewhere. I like that shit up. Yeah.
These niggas wanna be like me. I live a sweet life. Something going on, and I'm home before the street light. Money on the phone, what a little green card. Gotta make it home. I'm like, what it be like? Nigga, pull me up. Nigga, pull me up. Nigga, I'm just talking. When you're playing in the field, be cautious. If hoes in the game, we talking. If it's in we popping. And I really don't speak that often. When they do, these niggas flip like dolphins. Try to block my play and I toss. Yeah, bitch, I lost.
That ain't you, Keon. That ain't you snapping right there, bro. Who that rapping?
That's Tito.
Oh, that's Tito?
Then the niggas start coughing. What the fuck are you selling me? Telling me this is all legal, there would be no felony. Niggas get jealous, so jealousy come in the picture when niggas start talking and leverage. Same old niggas with the same old niggas, you the same old nigga. You ain't talk about getting only your kids, that ain't my lingo. You play concrete, but I'm a stick bit, did it only by keto. Don't involve me, no, fuck a kilo. I can see y'all niggas wanna be like me. I live a sweet life, something going on.
Rick Tim says you about to make me roll up one. Roll that shit, Rick. I'll roll with you, baby. Hey.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, shit cold. You know, do this shit for real. But let me see.
A lot of people saying they hear a little bit of Twister. I can hear it.
A little bit
Twister,
of for
real?
That's why I
Yeah,
asked
the
where they
style.
from, bro, because that sound like that Midwest style. I'm in Milwaukee.
Yeah, the style. I hear it a little bit.
We from Arkansas. But yeah. But anyway, Cassandra Mason, salute to the queen. Snacks B said, I can see myself on the interstate pushing to this one. Yeah. A lot of heat. But anyway, shout out to Keto. You know what I'm saying? Doing big things, man. Like I said, we finna see him on the big screen real soon, doing some big things. But man, hell of a show today. Hell of a show. And I can't wait till this debate. Everybody make sure that y'all go to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. My man Knockout gonna be going up against my man my man Knockout. He gonna be going up against my man BFTV, and they debating Tank Davis and Devin Haney. BFTV got Devin Haney. Knockout Boxing got Tank Davis. This shit finna be fire. I'm gonna be judging it. So make sure that y'all go check it out. I think it start at 7:30 Central Time. 7:30 Central Time. 7:30 Central Time. Yes, sir. And I'm gonna let y'all hear the whole thing. I'm gonna put the when because I'm finna I got the session. I got the session. I snapped on that bitch too. But so I gotta go record my session. I got the session. I gotta go hit the studio and record my session. And I'm gonna put the whole thing up on the channel. Yeah, we do this for real though. But yeah. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, man, y'all hit the like button. Before we get up out of here, y'all make sure that y'all hit the like button, smash on the like button. And let me get y'all last words before we get up out of here. Warriors Boxing. My man Mac World Media. Let me get your last words.
Hey, Mac World in the building. Appreciate being on the panel again, man. My channel, Mac World Media. We do a live stream every day. Kind of like we do it at 1 o'clock every day, kind of like news and views, kind of current events and shit like that. And then I do my boxing videos. I'm starting to ease myself into the boxing videos. When I started, it was like a lot of controversy in the game. So I'm like, let me wait till things smooth out. But check that channel out. Like and subscribe. Check the intro out on the boxing video. See how I flip that Mike Tyson's punch out beat. That shit is dope. And man, I appreciate everybody for coming out, listening to the panel. ETB for having me on again. Box Talk 101. Salute. Everybody else, man. Love y'all and appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you. And everybody go sub to Mac World Media, putting it down. Y'all already know, you know what I'm saying? He know his boxing. And my man Box Talk, man. Let him know what you got going on, Box Talk. You on mute.
My bad. Good looking. Right now I gotta kind of switch up a little bit of what I'm doing on the channel because I've been in discussions with YouTube. And they don't necessarily have a problem with me putting up fights, but they want me to add a little more. So they want me to do like reaction type videos, commentary type shit. So I'm going to do it for now. I'm going to redo a lot of my footage and include me like in the bottom screen, like when you see video game players doing that shit. I need to do that type of shit for the time being just to get my monetization back. And then as soon as that's settled, then I'm just going to be posting the fights again. So yeah, just a little temporary change on the channel, but nothing major.
Yeah. So make sure that y'all go support Box Talk 101. So when he do get to 1,000 subs, and if you
already have them, bro. Already have them.
Oh, you got to 1,000. That's what's up.
That's what I'm saying. So like I already got my views.
If you're a member, you can get all the fights, right?
Yes, but I need to get monetized first to be able to have channel members.
Oh,
so like I already got my views, already got my subs, I already got everything. But they said, hey, you have too much content where you don't add anything to it. There's nothing to it other than just I'm like,
it's not
yeah, I know that's
content. That's what they say.
I'm like, that's what I do. I don't want to talk, bro. But they're like, no, you got to add more to it or we can't monetize you. I'm like,
so what you get is like more watch hours?
No, I have the watch hours. I have it has to be more creative.
You got to make more transformative content. They say like they'll get on you if you take something and you don't add enough to it to make it different than what the original piece of video was.
What they're saying is my content is reused content, but I'm like, no, it's my content. I'm not reusing anybody. But yeah, so anyways, little fucking hurdles I gotta jump. Nothing major.
Man, YouTube be doing a whole bunch of shit to stop you. You know what I'm saying? To stop you from making bread.
Yeah, but I think it'll be settled in about 2 to 3 weeks. It sounds like, and then I should have my monetization, and then I should be able to get the channel members. And then for the channel members, obviously, I'll have the fights for the channel members only.
Yeah, because Box Talk, man, he go to all these fights, and he got all of the fights live for y'all. And and the shit is like, I mean, the quality is right there. You know what I'm saying? He got all of it live. So yeah, man. Can't wait to
subscribe to your channel right now, Box Talk.
Yeah, I already subbed to you, Mac.
I can't wait till you get the fights back up because hey, Box Talk is who I would use to go to when I wanted to rewatch a fight. So yeah. But y'all make sure that y'all go sub to all of these channels. Y'all make sure that y'all go sub to all these channels. Hit the like button if y'all ain't hit the like button. And on that note, we up out of here. And we will be on Knockout Boxing 86 TV later on tonight. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And we gone.